Everybody wants to know, the JFK assassination, was the lone gunman Lee Harvey Oswald?
You mean Lee Harvey Oswald?
Sure.
Well, yes, but in fact there were several Lee Harvey Oswalds in the area. Yeah, you see, Lee Harvey Oswald, that was a name we used to use in the early 60s, for all our covert operations. Like when you would check into a motel or fill out an application for a library card, you would just basically use the name Lee Harvey Oswald. So all of our operatives used it. There were hundreds of Lee Harvey Oswalds. There were about 2 dozen in the Dallas area that day.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're not actually even sure which one of us fired the bullet.
The magic bullet? That's the bullet you're referring to?
Yeah, actually the Warren Commission came up with the term the magic bullet, but that's ironic because in fact it was actually a magic bullet.
So it was in fact a magic bullet?
Yeah, the magic bullet was actually forged from metal from the Holy Grail, and we had been using it for centuries for assassinations, and we used it that day to stage the assassination of JFK.
The assassination was staged?
Yeah, it was actually kind of botched. JFK was supposed to go back and to the right, but instead he went back and to the left. He was a horrible actor.
So he actually acted out his own assassination?
Right, except that he really messed it up. He was a really bad actor. Unlike Jackie O, she was a fantastic actress.
What reason would JFK have to stage his own death?
Well, yeah, what happened was he was playing poker with several people, including LBJ, and he went all in with a pair of nines. Not a very smart move, especially when a king was showing on the flop.
With the king showing on the flop?
So he lost, basically lost the presidency. LBJ won it, and he had a choice of many ways to get out of office. He chose assassination, which I think was the best choice.
So JFK loses the presidency,
Yes.
decides to act out his own death,
Right.
all because he lost in a poker game to LBJ.
That's correct.
I can't believe it. Is he the only president who's ever done something like that?
Oh no, of course many of the presidents have lost their jobs based on bad moves or disagreeing with us. And but they always have a choice of how to get out of office. The smart ones chose assassination. Lincoln and McKinley, they know what they were doing. Now Nixon, he wanted to do assassination too, but he was such a bad actor, he just couldn't get it down. In the end we had to say, Dick, you're just gonna have to resign.
Were all the assassinations staged?
Well, except for the one where we had to replace him with a lookalike.
Which was?
No, it was Gerald Ford. It wasn't so much of an assassination as an accident. He fell down a flight of stairs and killed himself. We had to find another one. There's actually 3.
3 Gerald Fords?
Yeah. The second one was just as clumsy as the first.
So is JFK still alive?
No, of course not. He died in 1992. He aspirated a kumquat.
So the current president, is there any chance that he may be removed from office before the end of his term?
Well, actually, it's funny you should ask me that, because just the other week we were meeting and we... Hold on. Oh, well, that's going to be the 3rd Fidel this year. Yeah, well, give it to the guy that nailed the audition. Yeah, he's really good. Okay. But the thing that really sucked was that afterwards we had to change the name. So the next morning we all changed our name to Jack Ruby, and that didn't work out either.
Then what happened?
We decided on a policy to use various different names. So instead of having one pseudonym that everybody used, we had different ones, like Tom Cruise, Oliver Stone, Britney Spears, Jeb Bush, Dick Cheney, Amanda Cogden, Tonya Harding.